All right. How you guys doing? Let's get on in here. All right, how y'all doing? What's going on, party crashers? When I tell you guys, every single day, I kid you not, I cannot make this up. It is a new story. But you know what? We will get to the bottom of this because someone is lying. It's either the police tourists. Yes, they have a police department for the tourists. And their story is so different from the FBI. They call them the OIJ. It's the Costa Rica way of saying FBI over there. They're saying something totally different. The stories are clashing. Something is up. So many lies, so many cover ups, and we are here to expose it all. All right. So if you guys can hear me good, please press that one. We had a great live yesterday. I thank you all for giving me that space to express and really talk about it. If you missed the live yesterday about Keisha, aka Rudy, you gotta check it out. It's a must see. All right. Hey, Peaches. Hey, Lisa. Hey, Jerome. And let's give a big old shout out to Sarah for the support. Donated $19.99, $20. I appreciate that. Every support's help. I need y'all support. I need y'all likes. I need y'all comments. I need y'all shares. We are a community here, and we are here to get the truth out. Okay? All right. So there's two articles that came out today, and I wanted to share them with you all. All right. And I just wanted to say this about this. A tourist police. The tourist police, this is what they're saying, y'all. They are saying Malcolm and his daughter were in the water together. That is what the tourist police say. However, the OIJ, remember the FBI of Costa Rica? Now, you may say, what is the OIJ? What is that? Let me tell you, it's the organization investigation. Okay. They are not your regular police, y'all. They investigate the homicides. They investigate the missing person. They investigate drug trafficking, major crimes. That's what they specialize in. And suspicious deaths like Malcolm. That's why they're on the case. Remember Bill Cosby? Everybody want a deeper investigation. So OIJ, that is Costa Rica FBI. You guys understand that? And you guys understand the police tourists. Press 5 if you understand both. Press 10 if you guys need me to go through this stuff again, because you know I will. There are two different groups. One, they do special investigation with homicides, deaths, missing person. That's the OIJ. And then you have the tourist police. Now, people describe them, they said they are the people that change headlines because they're all about the tourists. They're all about bringing money in to Costa Rica, but they don't care about the true story. Okay. People describe them as like the mall cop, you know? So two of them have two different versions of the story. Okay. So Lily said 10, please. The daughter is 8. Okay, this is what I'm hearing. The daughter is 8 years old. So again, OIJ, that is the investigation. The investigation, they are organized investigation. Think about them as the FBI. Okay, they investigate homicides, missing person reports, drug trafficking, major crimes. And their story is completely different from the tourist police. The tourist police are, think about it as the cops at the mall. When you go to the mall, you see the security guard, right? You see the cop. The people call them the rental cops. That's the difference. You understand? One specializes in one thing, the other one don't. You get it? All right. So the tourist police says Malcolm and his daughter were in the water. That's why it's so many conflicting reports, because the FBI says that Malcolm was playing with his daughter on the shore and he left his daughter out of the water. The FBI said he was playing with his daughter on the shore. He left his daughter in the out the water, so he never brung his daughter inside that water. They said, the FBI said, he entered the water with a friend. The friend survived and Malcolm didn't. The daughter was not in the water. That is what OIJ says to FBI. Now get this. The Taurus police, they state that Malcolm and his daughter were in the water together. They said he died saving his daughter. They said Red Cross treated the daughter on site. They said 2 bystanders saved the daughter with the board, surfboard, and Malcolm could not be saved. Now, this is what the Taurus police, this is why everybody is so like, what the hell is going on? How is it the FBI is saying one thing and then the Taurus police says a different? Well, the Taurus police came out today and did an interview with US Weekly, and they said, we stand by our story. The FBI is lying. The FBI is saying the Taurus police is lying. So I gotta ask y'all, who is lying? And see, this is why you cannot believe people online, because you know how people online, y'all need just to leave it alone. It ain't no story there. He just drowned and let it go. Baby, they are so asleep. They will believe whatever the news headlines throw in their face. They don't question. They have no critical thinking skills. They have no discernment. They're just spiritual gone. Do you hear what I'm saying? It's a big issue that the FBI is saying the Taurus police is lying, and the Taurus police is coming out with US Weekly and said the FBI is lying. They're saying, I don't know why they would say that. And this is one of the articles. Like I said, I have 2 that I'm going to be talking about today. As you guys can see, the police stands by claims Malcolm-Jamal Warner tried to save his daughter. Okay, that's the Taurus police. The police chief, that's the Taurus police. Okay. So I gotta know, what are y'all thoughts about all this? What are y'all thoughts? Some people say, well, why can't they just talk to the daughter? I guess we can, but how do we have access to the daughter? And guess what? I got more information about the wife. Did you guys, I want to know, I just tell y'all. So according to one report that I'm going to show you guys later today, in this live, the wife was meeting Malcolm at Costa Rica. Did you guys know that? They did not travel together. Malcolm didn't even travel there with his daughter. According to Malcolm's co-host, because she booked the ticket for Malcolm to go to this place. She booked it, and she booked it singly, just him, because the wife and the daughter was meeting him there. And a lot of people find that very different. It's interesting. And press 1 if that's interesting to you too. Press 5 if you feel like there's no interest there. And I'm going to talk more about that later on in this live. But that is something I did not know. Did y'all know that? Did y'all know that? Okay. So I just got to say, this ain't no coincidence, y'all. This ain't no tragic accident. This is a war on truth. This is a war on truth. And the lies are getting louder by the day. And just to let y'all know, you guys know I do different characters, but honey, today and going forward right now, I'm Gigi, okay? And I need y'all to sit y'all behinds down, close your eyes, and get in your spirit. Get ready, get ready, get ready, because what I'm about to say is going to shift your soul. You are watching a cover-up happening in real time. Do you guys agree with me? Press 2 if you agree with what I just said. We are watching a cover up in real time. And let's get the likes up. You guys know I hate to interrupt, to beg and ask y'all, let's get the likes up. We need the support. Let's get the likes up, y'all. We only got 65 likes. Where is the support? Okay? We're trying to get to the bottom of this, to the truth of this. Okay, rest in peace, Malcolm. Let's get the likes up. We can do better than that. Oh, and it involves one of the most beloved Black men in Hollywood. Man, we have to fight for Malcolm, y'all. We have to fight. Malcolm-Jamal Warner. This isn't just about him drowning. This is about what he died doing. This is about who's trying to erase that. You know, I did some digging and I saw people in the comment section and people making video and think pieces, and they're saying that they're saying that Malcolm-Jamal, his podcast was the R word. Now, you know that ain't true. So it really had bothered people, the message that he was putting out there. And they were saying that, you know, he touched so many people. You would think the Cosby Show was all up again because people was coming to him just out the woodworks talking about, oh my God, your podcast, it touched my life. It made me think a different way and everything. He was on to something major with his new podcast, y'all. And this is about the system that's starting to crack under the weight of its own lies. Because make no mistake, it's a lot of lies in here. I just want to walk it back for 1 second. One side says Malcolm was swimming with his 8-year-old daughter. That's the police tourists. That's what they say. They say they got caught up in a rip current. And like any good father, like any Black king, he fought for his baby's life. He died trying to save her. He died a hero. And that's what the chief said, Chief Leon of the Costa Rican tourist police said. That is what he said. And he said he was there. He told the FBI, he said he was there. He said he saw the scene. He said he spoke to the rescuers and the Red Cross. He said it clearly, y'all. They said they were bathing together. Now, see, when a police officer said they were bathing together, girl, I wanted to say something, but maybe that's just how they talk. And if you want me to post up here the actual text of him saying they were bathing together, you know I do it. Just press 3, because I was like, what? But maybe that's just how they talk. They were caught by the current. That's what he says. He fought for her and she survived. But then here comes the FBI, OIJ, the Costa Rica Investigation Agency, with a whole different story, y'all. They claim that Malcolm left his daughter on shore, went into the water with a friend. Now, who is this friend? What's the friend name? I don't know. And that when the current took him, so either he was saving his daughter or he was joy swimming with his buddy. Which one is it? The math ain't mathing, baby. The math is not mathing. Hey, celebrity scandalous, how you doing? Okay, bathing together as in public. Okay, well, let me bring it up so you guys can see. Celebrity scandal said, hold on. Let me see that in print. Let me see that in fine print. So here is one article. Like I said, I have 2 articles to share with you guys today to discuss. So I'm going down here. As you guys can see, I don't know if you can see my cursor. Do you see my cursor in here? Okay, I see it. So look at this line right here. Do you see this line right here? Can you guys read it out? Can you guys just text this line right here? Do you see this? It says they were what? Bathing together. And we were caught by a rip current, okay? Like I said, It don't sound right dealing with Hollywood and stuff, but maybe how the police, maybe that's their lingo, maybe that's how they talk. I don't know how people do things in different countries. That's why I'm just going to assume that, right? Right? What do you guys think about it? What do you guys make? Okay. Ah, somebody go say maybe it's someone else shout. No, he's talking about Malcolm and Malcolm's daughter. Okay. I guess that's what they call, I don't know, swimming together, bathing together. That's what they're calling it. I'm not sure. But it also says that in this other article that I'm going to go through too. All right. So let me just, I'll bring that back up later. You can highlight the words. You saw my cursor, didn't you? You saw my cursor. I just wanted to let you guys know that, hey, you guys know I do nothing but the truth here. Okay. All right. So going back to what I was saying, let me tell y'all what's conflicting reports means. Let me tell y'all what all this conflicting reporting means. This is what it means. It don't mean miscommunication. It don't mean foggy details. It means somebody is what? Lying. Someone is lying. Someone is lying. And I have to ask, who do you guys think is lying? Do you guys think the police is lying? The police of Taurus is lying? Or do you believe the FBI is lying? Put it in the comments right now. Who do you guys think are lying? I want to know, who do y'all think? Somebody has to be lying, because these are two different crazy stories. They don't even come together. Okay, either Malcolm's daughter was out there swimming with him or Malcolm was swimming with a friend. Which one is it? Okay. And I need you guys to like this video. You guys know I do work hard. I get the research. I'm coming here for energy for y'all. We got to work more as a team or community. Okay, let's get the likes up. Don't do this with the likes, y'all. Let's get the likes up. I hate to keep yelling at y'all, but it got to be done. Let's get the likes up. This is the only way we can push it in the algorithm and get everybody attention and let FBI know that we are onto them. Let the police Taurus of this place know we are onto them. This is not going to be another case of Shanquella Robinson, where all these other police officers in different countries, they're going to rewrite the story because they don't want to lose out on tourism. You know, so they changing stuff up, they pushing lies out, and who's going to check them? We going to check them. Yeah, we going to check them. Okay? And that's why Bill Cosby and Felicia Rashad, they are pushing to have another investigation, because we know how they get down. You know how they get down in different countries. They do not have the same standards here in America. And some people even say here in America, it's kind of shaky. All right. So let's get the likes up. Let's not don't do me like that. Oh my God. But somebody is lying. It means somebody wants to rewrite history. Because if you admit Malcolm died saving his child, then that's a story right there. That's legacy. That's a Black hero written in stone. But if you paint it like he was just goofing off, he left his daughter behind and made a dumbass decision, then suddenly it's just another tragic accident. No lawsuits, no insurance payouts, no memorials, no responsibility, just another Black man gone. This narrative control, baby, this is a narrative control, and they're doing it in plain sight. They're doing it in plain sight. Now, it both sounds like that's not Malcolm. It don't sound like Malcolm would leave his 8-year-old on a beach and just go off swimming with a friend that nobody knows about this friend. And it don't sound likely that Malcolm would take his child to this dangerous water in him. Do you guys believe that both of them are lying? Is that a possibility? Do you believe that the FBI and the police, the Taurus of police over there, they're both lying? Press 4 if you believe they're both lying. Is somebody paying them off behind the scenes to push a lie, to push an agenda? You guys know how Hollywood works. It always works with accidents. Whitney accident, Angie Stone accident, 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 accident. No accountability, accident. Okay? Let's be real. Why would the police chief lie? He was on the scene. And when you think about it, okay, he was on the scene. He saw the panic. He saw the daughter treated by the Red Cross. He spoke to the people who rescued her. He said she was in the water. That's what the police are saying. She was in the water. She was dragged by the current. And Malcolm gave his life to get her out. That is what the police are saying. But the FBI over there, they were not there. The FBI was not on the scene. They interviewed the family. And baby, the family was traumatized. They weren't swimming with him. They were witnesses from a distance. And why would they even try to erase that moment? Because when you die a hero, people start asking questions. Well, why was he there? Where was the wife? Who was the friend? What really happened? See, when you say he just drowned, the questions stop. But when you say he died saving his daughter, now you got to explain who let that happen. And they don't want that smoke. And then I have another question. The wife was on the vacation, and I'm going to put it in text. You guys can see everything because I have it here, where it says in fine print that the wife and the daughter, they went together and Malcolm met them there. I got that for you guys as well. But I want to zoom out really quickly. How many Black men have died mysteriously while traveling overseas? Huh? While trying to reconnect with peace, nature, their spirituality. It's always start the same way. Y'all don't see the play? A trip to relax, a sudden accident, conflicting reports, a grieving family shut down with NDAs, and then silence. Whitney Houston, Prince, Michael Jackson, Chadwick, and now Malcolm. And let's not forget about Angie Stone. And now they're trying to bury the fact that this man died saving his daughter. Or did he not? I don't know. No, ma'am, no, sir. But honey, I'm telling you, I'm going to be on this. So let's talk about the suspicion, the little details. The feds, the FBI says Malcolm went into the water with a friend. That's what OIJ says. I just call them the FBI because that's pretty much what they are in American terms. They're the FBI. But they said that Malcolm went into the water with a friend. I want to know, who was this friend? Anybody in the comment section, do you guys know who this friend Malcolm went into the water with? I want to know, why don't we know their name? Why haven't they spoken up? Why haven't they confirmed or denied the police version? Why haven't the family came up to deny or say the police were wrong or the police were right? The family knows, the wife knows the truth, the daughter knows the truth. They haven't spoken up and said one way or another. You're trying to tell me someone watched Malcolm struggle in that water and just live to tell it, but ain't telling nothing? Do that make sense? Somebody watch Malcolm. They watch Malcolm. Listen to this, y'all. They watch Malcolm struggle in that water. And they live to tell it, but they ain't telling nothing. Press 1 if that makes sense to you. Press 4 if you know that do not make no damn sense. You saw the Black man struggle, and he's a big name, Malcolm. You saw him struggle. You lived another day to tell that testimony, to tell that story, but yet you ain't saying nothing. You're silent about that? You're silent about that? Come on now. Silence is a red flag. Silence is a strategy. And it smells like a damn cover-up. I'm sorry, I have to be the one to say it, but it smells. Do y'all smell that? It smells like a cover-up. Because if you say Malcolm died saving his child, the focus goes on to his bravery. We even forget to ask any question. We just talking about how brave he was. But if you say he just playing around with a friend, now you call it carelessness. You call it neglect. You call it irresponsible. But didn't they say that same thing about Whitney Houston? When she passed away in that tub, they call her neglect. They call her carelessness. They call her she's irresponsible. It's the same play. Which story do you think the powers that be want the world to believe? Or are they behind both of these narratives? I don't know. But y'all better hear me when I say this. This is spiritual warfare. This is a legacy manipulation. This is reputation assassination. Assassination. I can't say that damn word. Assassination. Okay? They painted him as reckless, y'all, like he was just careless. And we know that is not Malcolm, that he's not careless. Come on now. This is how they paint this man. Right now, Malcolm's memory is under attack. Not just his body, his spirit. Because if they can change the narrative, they can change how he's remembered. He was a father. He was an artist. He was a survivor of Hollywood. And now he's been turned into a damn headline instead of a hero. So what do we do now? Do we raise our voices? We don't let the narrative slide. We question everything. That's what I say. I'm going to question everything. Because when a good man dies saving his child and the world tries to erase that fact, this is war. No bullets, no bombs, but stories, but truth, but legacy. And baby, I'm suited up. I'm suited up. So I say to y'all, tell the truth louder. Share the story louder. Demand answers louder. Because if they can erase a man who died for his child, they can erase all of us next. And I don't know if the police is saying the truth, but this is the police version. If what the police is saying is true, then why is the FBI trying to erase that fact? Why are they trying to erase that fact of what the police are saying is true? I need y'all to tag someone and still got questions. Who got questions? Okay, I want y'all to send this to everyone who smelled the lie from the beginning. I need y'all to post this with your chest because we will get the answers. And another thing, do y'all mind if we go back to that bathing together? I'm going to put this back up here. You see, okay, bathing together. Let me put it back. Let me scroll on here so you guys can see. So you see this bathing together? They were bathing together. You see that? And then it's in this article right here. I have to scroll down to find it. But it says it again in this other article. And we'll go into this as well because these are the two articles that came out today regarding Malcolm. So anything that's out, I'm going to let you know about it. And the doctor, I know you guys talk about the doctor. The doctor also sides with the police. The doctor also says that the daughter was in the waters. The only group that's saying that the daughter was not in that water is the FBI, and they specialize in homicide. So I don't know who's setting up what, but we'll get back to this side, but it's definitely here, right here. They were bathing together. You see me scrolling right here. Let's get the likes up, y'all. Let's get the likes up right here. So And the police said this. This is what the police says. The police said they were bathing together. And baby, don't that sound unconventional? Do that sound scripted to y'all? Press 1 if it sounds scripted. Press 2 if it sounds like it's legit. Does it sound scripted? Because let me tell you something, that phrasing alone gave me chills. And not the good kind. We're not talking about a toddler in the tub. We're talking about an 8-year-old child and her father on vacation, swimming in the damn ocean. Why not just say they were swimming together? Why not just say they were in the damn water? But bathing together? See, this is the shit that makes me think like you are trying to push a narrative. You're trying to push something out here. You see, bathing together, you know how these news works. Next thing you know, black man Malcolm was bathing together with his 8-year-old daughter. You see how they trying to spin this shit, right? Are y'all catching up how they trying to spin this shit? This is how it starts. It starts with a little piece and then it grows. Do y'all see that? Press 1 if y'all see it. Y'all see how they try to, you see how they trying to do shit? You see? Do y'all see that? And this is coming from the police. This is coming from police. Okay? So it just sounds like a phrase run through a translator. It sounds sanitized by a PR team. It sounds like the PR team told the police to say it to get some sanitization so it can spark some outrage so people can start talking about it. Man, No. Something ain't right about this. Like nothing is. I see everything. That choice of words was not accidental. The choice of words were not accidental. They're softening it. They're shrinking the urgency. They're trying to make it sound like some calm, innocent family moment and not the truth. Man, that man died. That man fought. That man went underwater, saving his child, according to the police. And you gonna call it bathing? The police gonna call that shit bathing. No, ma'am. No, sir. Don't play with me. Call it what it was. A man battling the ocean to save his damn daughter. And the police is out here calling it, talking about he was out here bathing with his 8-year-old child. He wasn't bathing. He was in survival mode. He was doing what Black fathers are rarely allowed to be seen as protectors. So yeah, the police said they were bathing. And I said, what narrative are they really trying to sell? What narrative are they really trying to sell here? Because Gigi ain't buying none of it. And if you're listening to this, baby, you better question the words they use. Because the lies be hiding behind the lines. They be hiding behind the lines. I want to know what y'all thought about that. And how we all heard about this. It just make it sound strange, right? From the moment the first headline dropped, the whole thing been smelling like a lie of confusion. Just, man, it just a lie. Let's keep it a buck. Every single detail about Malcolm Warner's death has been given strange. It's been given suspicion. It's been given unsettling. It's been given a spiritual warfare. Ain't no way around that. Let's count it out. He's in Costa Rica on a family trip, on a quiet family trip. And somehow he ends up dead in the water. But the story don't match. Ain't that strange? Number 2, the police says one thing. The FBI investigator says another. Nobody agrees. No, and now everybody want to backtrack or correct the story. Ain't that strange? They say his daughter was in the water. Then they say she wasn't. The police says she was in the water. The FBI investigation, who investigate homicide, said she was never in that water. Then they say he went with the friend. That's what the FBI says. But we still don't know who that friend is. So yeah, this is strange. Stranger than fiction. And the wife, why she so damn silent? She don't got no statement. The wife can come out here and clear all this shit up, right? Press 9 if the wife can come and clear all this shit up. She can tell us if her daughter was in the water or if her daughter was not in the water. Hell, you know? But she don't post. She's silent. She not even shaking her IG story. Just vibes and mystery. Strangers of them all. Just strange. And don't even get me started on the wording they use. They were bathing together. This is what the police is trying to paint that black man to be. One of them Hollywood pedos. You already know what he's trying to do. You know what the police is trying to do. Paint Malcolm to be one of them Hollywood pedos. He bathing together with his 8-year-old. You don't say no shit like that. You don't say no shit like that. I don't even know why he put that in there. And it's not a mistake. They are calculated with their wording. And they put it on all these news reports. And this came out today. This came out today. What is this? A romance novel? He was in the damn ocean fighting a rip current. Not in no damn bathtub with bubbles and lavender oil. Whew. The whole thing feels scripted. It feels like it's filtered, watered down. Like somebody somewhere, let's make this sound so gentle so nobody won't dig deeper. But me, I'm going to dig. And baby, I feel it in my chest. I feel it in my bones and my third eye. This don't add up. And it probably never will until the truth comes out. So yeah, this all sounds so damn strange. Might be the most honest thing I can think to make this all make sense. It's strange. But we got to stay on this, y'all. We got to keep digging, and we don't let them rest until Malcolm's truth is heard. And another thing, the sheriff of the tourist police. Can we talk about that? The sheriff of the tourist police? The sheriff of, I can just keep this up here then. The sheriff of the tourist police, people are saying, do you believe that the sheriff of the tourist police? Do y'all believe them? Press 1 if you believe any sheriff of the tourist police. Press 9 if you don't believe nothing they got to say. But baby, the moment they said the sheriff of the tourist police, I said, oh, okay. So basically, a mall cop of the beach. Is that what we're doing? The mall cop of the beach. And honey, they can get paid anything to tell a story, right? You can pay their ass how much money? I don't know. Like, no shade, but where's the real authority, which is the FBI? And the real authority, the FBI, what did they say? I told y'all, they said that the daughter was not in the water. That is what the real authorities of the FBI is saying. That is just the real authorities of homicide, missing person. They do true, real crime investigation. They said that daughter was never in the water. And then they said they interviewed the family. So, girl, why is the police still coming out here lying, if they're lying, and then gonna say Malcolm was bathing with his 8-year-old daughter? Come on now. Okay. The police, the tourist police, child, sound like a made-up role with a badge, a whistle, and a pamphlet about sunscreen safety. Let me be real. How y'all got a whole international investigation just hanging on what the head of a tourist police said? I mean, no disrespect, but how You gonna stand on the front line of possible cover-up and hand us the beach patrol to be your key witness. Listen, if you're not the CSI, the FBI, the OIJ, the CIA, or Jesus Christ himself, I might be looking at it sideways. And see, that's where the OIJ/FBI comes in, because they are saying that the police are lying. So you guys get what we're saying here? Do you guys get why this is strange? The FBI is saying that the police chief is lying and is covering up. They're doing a cover up. The FBI is saying the doctor and the police that was there is lying. The FBI is saying that the police and the doctor that was on the scene that made up the story, that said they were there, they know. The FBI said these are all lies from the police and the doctor. Ain't that weird? So I wonder, what do the police, will they have pictures of this? Will they record this? Can we get the recording of them phoning it in, talking about it's a daughter? I mean, do we have records of that? Can we get the audio records of that? Comment, let me know. Let me know what y'all think about this. Whew. The chef of the pool noodle division, the director of the flip-flop enforcement bureau. That's what we talking about. Man, we need someone official. And that's why we have the FBI, okay? And that's why the FBI is ringing the alarm on this police and the doctor. And it's just so odd, because I will believe the police. I will believe the doctor, because a police and a doctor, they sound like reputable, and then they were on the scene. So why is the police and the doctor that was on the scene, why are they lying about this? It's awkward. But also, can we talk about the reputation? Because let's be clear, a tourist police ain't there to tell the truth. Now, is it? Do you guys think the tourist police is there to tell the truth? Press 1 if you feel like they're there to tell the truth. Press 5 if you think that their job is to make it where more people want to tour there. What do you guys think? They are there to protect the image. Don't that make y'all think? The tourist police is there to protect the image, the money, the beachfront economy. That's what they're there for. That is what a lot of people are stating. They are public relations with a badge and a damn walkie-talkie. They don't report what happened. They report what won't scare the next group of visitors from New York, London, or LA. So when you got a beloved Black Hollywood icon like Malcolm-Jamal Warner dead in their water, you think they're going to let the real story get out? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Their number one job is to tourism protection. They wanted to protect that, not protect the truth. So yeah, they said he was bathing with his daughter. That's what the police are saying, okay? That's what the tourist police are saying. Like it was some sweet and casual type of thing. They said a tragic current, nothing to see here. Because if they admit that this was shady, if they admit that this is mystery, if they admit that he was taken out or he was murked, you know what that means? Less flights, less money. That's a hit to their country's reputation. So you know they don't want the truth to come out, that Malcolm was taken out in them waters purposely, because it's going to have a bad reputation. It's going to hit their damn economy. They already have a horrible reputation. They don't need to have more horrible reputation of death and murder. Come on now. So of course, they wrapped this story in a warm, shadow water dipped in baby oil. Okay. And don't get me started on their underfunded, underdeveloped agencies trying to silence mothers. Look up the files and put the family under media gag orders. They do that over there too. These places where money talks and truth gets lost in translation. So yes, I got a lot of questions because they're not protecting the victim. They're protecting the vacation. They're protecting the tourism. They're protecting the money. So that's how I feel about that. I want to know, what are y'all thoughts? Comment. Let's get these likes up. Okay. Let's get the likes up. Now, people are also saying the head of tourism police, the daughter have been rinsing off on sand, because this is what the police are saying, was rinsing off on sand at the shore. Let me see if I can pull this up. Okay. So I'm going to go here at this article. Give me 1 second. Do you guys see the article? You guys might have to scrunch. Okay. But this is what the police are saying. All right. The police are saying this. I'm trying to go right here. Do you see, like around here as a port, Warner was playing with his daughter at the shoreline? Do you see this where I'm circling at? Do y'all see that? So in this area, let me see if you guys can see what I'm circling at. Okay, so you guys can see. Hold on, let me make it sure. Okay. It appears that at one point, right in here, right here, okay? So let me get this straight. According to the head of the tourist police of Costa Rica, Atlantic region, and yes, I'm putting that title in quotes because, again, this man sounds like he's in charge of handing out umbrellas and sunscreen. Malcolm and his baby girl were just rinsing off sand, and then somehow they took a quick dip, and suddenly they were caught in a full-on rip current death trap. And now, surprise, they allegedly took a surf lesson earlier. That is what the police are saying. What are we talking about, y'all? How do we go from playing on the shore to rinsing off sand to surfing in 3 paragraphs or less? Baby, that's not a damn statement. That's a badly written movie script. They just stitching pieces together, hoping we too sad to notice. They just adding shit in. So they was doing surfing too? Do this make sense to y'all? Playing on the shore, rinsing off sand, then they was going surfing. They were doing, that's what the police are saying. They were doing surfing. Doing surfing practicing lessons earlier that day. Surf lessons earlier that day in that dangerous ass water. So was he doing surf practices with his daughter? That is what the police are saying. All right. So let me tell you something. When the story keeps changing, that's not called no new details. That's called narrative control. That's called, we trying to make it make sense now that people asking questions. Because I got questions too. Who gave the surf lessons? Can we find out who gave the surf lessons? Can we talk to them? Where the waiver? Can we see that? Where's the instructor? Why didn't they speak? Why didn't they speak? Why didn't the person that was giving the surf lesson say, yeah, I was teaching them how to surf this hours before? Why is the wife not mentioning the surfboard, the rip current, or the friend he was allegedly with? Every time they open up their mouth, a new plot twist comes flying out. And at this point, the whole thing, honey, it just sounds like it's been written by ChatGPT on a bad Wi-Fi connection, okay? You mean to tell me Malcolm-Jamal Warner, who loved his daughter deeply, decided to take her into an ocean water right after a surf lesson with no safety board, no provision, no concern? Oh, please, stop it, police. And rinsing off sand sounds like a soft pivot to distract us from the fact that no one can get the story straight. Nah, baby, something happened out there. And they trying to rewrite it with enough soft language and confusion to make us drop it. But we won't. We got questions. We got questions. Now I want to know, what are y'all thoughts about all this too? Okay, what are y'all thoughts? So I want to go here. They said, hell no. Hell no. You better say it. You better say it. You better say it. Hell no. Hell no. Something is up. Come on now. Something is up. So I'm going here to Us Weekly. Okay. I'm going here to Us Weekly. That's where I'm at right now. And this is the article came out today. I'm going right here in the statement from the OIJ, the FBI over there. This is where I'm at. Okay. So you guys can follow me right in there. All right. He left her on the shoreline and went in with a friend. See, hold on. This is what the FBI is saying. Okay. That's why it's so confusing, because you got the FBI saying one thing, you got the police and the doctor saying another. All right. So that's where the big confusion is coming from. So we're trying to get to the bottom and see who's lying and who's not. So the FBI, this right here. So let me get this straight. According to the OIJ FBI, Malcolm-Jamal Warner was playing with his daughter at the shoreline. Then he left her at the shoreline, an 8-year-old, alone on the sand, and he entered the sea with a friend. And that's when the current pulled them in. Excuse me? Let's pause right there. You want us to believe that a Black father who loved his daughter, who was protective, private, and grounded, just left her standing by herself so he can go splash around with a friend? Child, please. Press 9 if you believe the FBI. Press 10 if you don't believe the FBI either. And do you understand why a lot of people feel like this shit don't make sense? Because both the police, the doctor, and the FBI sound like they making up shit. All of them don't sound right, y'all. And this is what they feed in the news headlines. This is why it's different articles. And this is why Bill Cosby want to have a separate investigation. And this is why Malcolm Mom want to have a separate they want to have their own investigation. Because they feel like all these FBI on Costa Rica investigation and the police over there and the doctor is all shady. All shady. All shady. We want to get to the bottom of this. We want to know the truth. We want to know the truth. Yeah, Ron, the math ain't mathing. Okay. Let's get these likes up. We got to do better with the likes. Let's get these likes up, y'all. Let's do the likes up. Am I doing all right tonight? How am I doing, y'all? Holding down the show. Press 2 if you like my style and I'm doing all right tonight. You know I need to know. I need to know how I'm doing. So, my goodness, ain't this something? Ain't this something? Let's pause it right there. You want us to believe Malcolm just left that child there. Where's the name? Where is the name of the friend? Huh? Can you give us the name of the friend? Where is the friend's interview? Why haven't we heard from this mystery companion who magically made it out alive while Malcolm drowned? Make that make sense. You went in the ocean with a friend, and how is it the friend survived but Malcolm is dead? And then in the police story, Why isn't the friend there in the police story? Ain't that awkward? How can the FBI say Malcolm was in the water with a friend and the friend lived, but he's in a hospital? We don't got no interview. We don't know if this friend is alive or a real person or not. But according to police, it was no friend. Ain't that fucking strange? Okay. Man, this is something else. Somebody covered up something big time. This story got more edits than a Beyonce album rollout, and none of it is clarity. And the way they keep changing details just screams somebody getting their script notes late. First, she was in the water. Then she wasn't. Talking about the daughter. Now she was on the shore with no supervision while he took a swim with a homeboy. Nah, Gigi ain't buying it, baby. Gigi ain't buying it, and neither should y'all. Y'all shouldn't buy it either. Let's be real. This new version don't even make sense. If he went into the water with someone, where were the adults watching the daughter? If the daughter was alone and a current swept in, wouldn't she be screaming? Wouldn't the friend run back? Wouldn't the wife say something? The silence from the family, the shifting reports from officials, the friend with no name, the daughter being left unattended. This got cover up written in permanent marker. So when the OIJ, FBI says he supposedly entered the sea with a friend, Gigi hears we making stuff up to shift the heat off who was really responsible. Baby, I'm not moved. I'm mad. Let me know if y'all, I got to know, what do y'all think about this? What do y'all think? I need y'all to put it down in the comment section. So here on US Weekly, let's go down here. I want to go down here to this part. Leon, that's the officer name. That's the police name. Remember, it's the police versus the FBI. I call them the FBI, but it's the OIJ over there. All right. So I want to go right here. You guys can see it with me, right? Man. The police officer is standing by his statement. He says, I responded to the incident. I know what I saw. He later told US Weekly, addressing the FBI conclusion. I don't know what the FBI is saying. Why is the FBI saying that? Since they were not present at the scene, they interviewed Malcolm's family, who was vacating with them, but they also weren't at the time. They weren't there at the time of the accident. Bitch, ain't that some shit? Do y'all see that? Do y'all see that? So the wife was not there. The wife was not there at the accident. The police said the FBI interviewed the family. I'm assuming they interviewed the wife, right? And the police said the wife was not even there. The family was not even there. They interviewed them, but the family was not there. The police said they don't understand how the FBI come up with that conclusion because y'all wasn't there. The family wasn't there. The police said, I don't give a damn you interviewed the fucking family. So is the FBI, is they saying what the wife want them to say? Do y'all understand when do y'all press 15 if you can see clearly now why people feel like this is a cover-up and it's a lot of confusion. I know a lot of y'all was not one to believe because you're lazy and you want to believe what the news line push on you and you don't want to think, you don't want to dig, and you just want to leave it be. Honey, this is real. And I'm breaking it to you down clear as day. Am I doing a good job breaking this down to y'all? Press 3 if I'm doing a good job breaking it down to y'all. And if y'all have any questions, let's answer them. Oh, my God. Whew, that is what the police is saying, baby. The police is mad at the FBI. They going at it over there over Malcolm. This right here, this is where the whole shit is just starting to crumble. Because shout out to the police of the tourism. Yes, the same ones folks was clowning earlier, but guess what? He's the only one standing 10 toes down on what he said he saw. And do you believe what he said he saw? Or do you believe the family and the FBI? Shit. Let's break it down. This man is telling US Weekly to their face with his chest. He said, I responded to the accident. I know what I saw. He said, I don't know why the FBI is making up lies. I don't know why they pushing out false shit. That's what he's saying. They were not present at the scene. He said they interviewed Malcolm's family, but they were not there either. So the police is saying, how can you take what Malcolm family is saying when they were not there? But they got the daughter. Do you think the daughter gonna lie? Do you think the daughter gonna lie? Or do you think the wife is lying? Do you think the wife is telling the cops some lies? Do you think the daughter is telling the wife is telling the cop lies? I'm going to have to open up the phone line, man. I want to know what y'all think about this. I want to know what y'all think about this. So let's get this right. The doctor and the police is on one side. Their story is sticking together, right? The wife, Malcolm's wife, and the FBI, they have a different story. So there it is. Wife and the FBI, the OIJ, they're together versus the police and the doctor. Woo! Man, what did they do to Malcolm? Somebody did something to Malcolm. Damn. Somebody come get the OIJ a neck brace because Leon, that police officer, just snapped their head off. Pretty much, the police officer told US Weekly today, y'all sitting in an air-conditioned office and building. Stories from secondhand grief. I was there in the salt water with my eyes on the scene and y'all out here lying. That is what the police told the FBI. But then people are saying, can we really believe the police tourism? Because aren't you there to protect the image of the tourism? So, child, that's where we at. Let's be real. Who would you believe? A man who was physically responded to the emergency? Press 1 if you will believe a man that was physically responding to the emergency, a man that was there on the scene, versus a committee sitting around interviewing the family after the fact. Ain't that some good shit right there. Man, who you gonna believe, y'all? Do y'all believe the police officer of the tourism that was there? He said he was an eyewitness? Or would you believe a committee interviewing the family? And pretty much interviewing the family, I'm assuming interviewing the wife. Interviewing Malcolm's wife and daughter. Interviewing Malcolm's wife and daughter. Because I'm sure they talked to the daughter. What would y'all believe? Man, family, and I want to know, why are they building this entire other storyline off the testimony of folks who weren't even present? Make that make sense, talking about the wife. Okay, see, this is the only thing I can see. If the daughter is telling the wife, her mom, what happened, And then the FBI is interviewing the mom, and the mom is telling the FBI, what the daughter told her. Or could we trust the wife? Do you think the wife lied to the FBI? Did she lie to the FBI for protection? Is she covering up something? Do somebody else got her on a payroll? Was this all a setup? Which one is it? I don't know, y'all. I'm gonna have to open up the phone lines because I want y'all to call in. I want to know y'all perspective too. We need to talk about this as a community. They don't want Malcolm remembered as a father who died a hero. The FBI and the wife, they don't want Malcolm to be remembered he died as a hero. They want to reframe it as just a sad accident, nothing special, nothing noble, nothing to look into. But baby, the police officer said he ain't going nowhere. He said, I'm going to stick down on my story, and he's going to every article, magazine, and he's telling what he saw. He said the FBI, the family, was not there. That is what he's saying. In my language, he pretty much saying the wife and the FBI, they lying, they got the truth, and y'all not going to play in his face. So shout out to Leon for standing his ground on his truth. Even though he's a tourist police, he's the only one with the guts to tell it like it is. And as far as the FBI, I don't know. I don't know. I really don't know. So I gotta bring it to y'all. So I also want to cover this part right here. According to Leon, the two bystanders here at US Weekly, the two bystanders, he said it was a man and his friend. Okay. I don't know if they were lovers or not. He just said a man and his friend rushed into the water with a surfboard and managed to get Malcolm's daughter on the surfboard and pushed her to safety to shore. During that daring rescue, he said the man, who was fully clothed and ready to depart the beach after the surf lessons, when he spotted Malcolm and his daughter in distress, got dragged into the current and pulled out by his companion. Now, who is his companion? He was taken to the local hospital and later released in stable condition. So, what y'all think about that? Baby, now it's getting real. This part right here, this is what they hope wouldn't come out. Because according to Leon, the man who was actually at the scene, not typing up reports from a government office, we now know two bystanders, and you guys can see it here in the article, two bystanders jumped in that water and risked their lives to save Malcolm Warner's daughter. Let's walk it. A man, fully clothed, done with his surf lesson, about to leave the beach. He saw Malcolm and his daughter in distress. Without any hesitation, he ran into the ocean with a surfboard. He didn't have to. He wasn't family. He wasn't paid to. He just saw danger and moved like an angel. And guess what? He got dragged by that same deadly current. The one that took Malcolm's life, that's current, and still managed to get the little girl onto the board and push her to safety. That's the kind of testimony you don't make up. That's an eyewitness bravery. not some secondhand summary from a back office investigation like the FBI tried to pull. And what happened to the hero? The man that got swept under and had to be saved himself by his friend. Damn. Ain't this deep? Press 3 if this some deep shit right here. He was hospitalized, treated, and released in stable condition. Baby, that means this was real. This wasn't some soft tide, a little beach wave, a father playing in the shadows. Nah. This was a powerful rip current. It took some man's life, and it nearly took 2. And damn near took a child. Now ask yourself, why didn't the FBI mention this? Why didn't the OIJ mention this? Why didn't the press highlight these real life witnesses? Why wasn't the hero name and face broadcast everywhere as part of this story? Simple answer. Because this story proves Leon was telling the truth, because it confirms Malcolm died saving his daughter. And that makes him a hero, not a man that just made a mistake in the goddamn water. If he died a hero, now you got to explain, why did no one speak up? Where was his wife? Where was the wife? Where was the wife? Where the so-called friend he went in the water with, according to the FBI? Where he at? Baby, this just blew the whole lid off. We now got witnesses. We got a child who was rescued, and we got a man who died doing what fathers were born to do, to protect. I want to know, what are y'all thoughts about this? Ooh, okay. What are y'all thoughts about this? Now I want to go into this part. Do y'all see this part right here? You guys go on this part? Somebody said you going with the narrative that the daughter was there. According to the police. According to police narrative, baby. According to the police. All right. So you guys realize I'm reading the article. We're going step by step. The police officer did an article with US Weekly, and I'm covering it. Okay. Step by step. So at this point, I'm up here. You guys can look at it, read with me. I put it right here on the screen. I ain't hiding nothing. Okay. Okay. The officer said by that point, Warner had been pulled farther into the ocean. Okay. A certified rescuer and a medical doctor who is spending the day at the beach tells us that he heard a group of people calling for help and ran to the area. He notes that there were very few people on the beach and the sea was rough. He entered the water with his surfboard, heading into the rip current toward the person being pointed at by bystanders. After a few minutes, he said he saw a shadow, a dove down, and pulled the person out. He said nothing that by that time Warner was fully emerged. Okay. So a certified rescuer, a medical doctor, just spending his day at the beach, probably trying to relax. And the next thing he hears, help, help. People screaming, pointing, panic. He said the beach was nearly empty and the sea was rough. Baby, that's all I needed to hear, because once again, this proves that Malcolm didn't just drown. He was out there alone in that water with his little girl barely making it to safety, and help came too damn late. The doctor grabs a board, runs into the water, risked his own life, mind you, and swam straight into the rip current. He said, a few minutes, I saw a shadow dove down and pulled the person out. Are y'all getting this? So you got one man running, saving the daughter. Then you got another man running to save Malcolm. Do y'all understand this? Do y'all understand it's different men out here? Because I know it could be confusing, right? You got one man, saw them screaming. He ran, saved the daughter. Then he got drowned or he got in the water. Somebody had to save him, right? And then it was another man that rushed in to save Malcolm. And that's the part that we on now. And this is coming from the police report that came out today. Are y'all understanding? I don't want to lose you guys in translation. Press 5 if you understand. Okay? 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 All right. So some people say it don't make sense. That could be true. I'm just telling you what the report is saying, baby. That's all I'm doing, okay? uh by the time they found Malcolm, he was already under. He was submerged. He was gone. And he died a silent soldier. Y'all, this was not a vacation accident. This was not a surf lesson gone wrong. This was a man giving everything he had, and even the professionals couldn't reach him in time. Let that sink in. Because if a certified rescuer said it took minutes just to locate him under the water, and a current that strong on a day with few people around, then why is the FBI still pushing a lightweight story? Why are they acting like it was a simple little swim, like he just left his daughter on the sand? Stop it. We now have a police chef, a civilian, and a medical doctor on vacation, and they are all saying the same thing. Do y'all get that? The police, the civilian, and the medical doctor that was there, they are all saying the same thing. However, the FBI and Malcolm's wife, they're saying something different. And the wife was not there at the scene of the beach, okay? So, honey, it's chaos. It's chaos. It was deadly on that beach, and Malcolm was in that water fighting for his life. But the FBI, the OIJ, who weren't even there, want to talk about maybe he entered with a friend. Child, please. So that's what he got from the wife. That's what he got from the family. So let me say this as clear as I can. This man died a hero, and the system trying to bury that fact deserves to be exposed. Okay? Okay? Let's talk about that. Whew. What questions do you guys have? Do you guys have any questions about this? Feel free. And do you guys want me to open up the phone lines? Press 2 if you guys want me to open up the phone lines so you guys can hear other people's thoughts and opinions on this. All right. And so like I said, it's 2 different versions of the story. People still want to know, so did he go in the water alone or did he go with a friend? Well, the FBI and the family, the wife, said that he went in the water with a friend. The police said that he went in the water with his daughter. Okay? And once again, y'all said Malcolm-Jamal Warner was out there saving his daughter, according to the police. Then the FBI, and then they said he left her on the beach and went in the ocean with a friend. That's what the FBI is saying. Now, y'all got doctors saying he was alone when they found him, fully immersed, no friend in sight. That's what the doctor is saying. The doctor is the doctor's story is matching up with the police. When the doctor came and saved or got Malcolm from the water, the doctor said it was no other person out there. The doctor said it was no other person. It was no friend in sight. So make it make sense. So y'all think the doctor is lying too? Press 1 if you think the doctor is lying too. Okay? Let's lay it out plain. If he was in that water with a friend, why is there no statement from that friend? Why didn't a friend help pull him out? Why wasn't that friend identified in any report? Why did a random vacating doctor have to risk his life with a surfboard to recover Malcolm's body? Baby, let me tell you something. When you're swimming with a friend and a rip current snatches you both, somebody screaming, somebody falling, somebody holding on. And if a friend made it out, he should have been the first person to say, I was with him. I saw what happened. I tried to help him. But all we getting is silence. All we getting is ghosts. We ain't getting no name. We ain't getting no interview. Not even a thank you for asking, but I'm grieving type of shit. You understand? So now we got questions. We got the hard ass questions. Was there ever a friend at all? Was there ever a friend of all? And if the family, the wife is making this shit up, she need to tell us something. I need to know the wife, who is this friend? Because mind you, the FBI is getting all this information, their story from the family, aka the wife, aka the wife. So who is the friend? Or was that part of just another line tossing a distance from the reality that Malcolm died fighting his daughter, fighting for his daughter, and was alone when he needed help the most? And you know what hurts the most? They were using that friend line to strip away his heroism, to make it sound like he's just out here having fun and just got careless. No, he was a father, he was a fighter, and now the truth is being buried faster than his damn body. So yeah, I said he out there alone because guess what? That's how he died. If a friend was there, they didn't act like it. They didn't speak like it. And they damn sure didn't help him like it. So until that ghost of a friend steps forward with receipts, Gigi going with the truth that feels right. That man was in that water by himself trying to protect his baby. Okay? Okay? That's how I'm feeling about it right now. And I want to know, why didn't the man get both of the daughter and him out at the same damn time? The person that came to get the daughter out the water, why didn't he get Malcolm out the water too? You know? And I I just have to wait a damn minute for that. Why didn't he bring them both back? Did y'all ever think about that? Press 2 if you thought about that. Like, why couldn't he bring both back? Why he only have to save one? Why just a child? Let's break it down because I got questions about that. So you telling me that this man, a full-grown adult, runs into the water, sees a child and a father both fighting for their damn lives, and only brings one of them back? The report says he got the daughter on the board, but had to let go and push the board towards shore so she can make it. Oh, okay. Okay. Now that I think about it. So you get what I'm saying? So he runs, he got his board, and I guess he couldn't even go back. But he put the daughter on the board and he pushed her towards the land. I'm surprised that current didn't push her back in the water. But maybe God had his hand in that, right? He pushed her towards the land, and he couldn't even make it back. And somebody had to go save him. Somebody go have to go save him. And then you had another man coming to find Malcolm. That's a lot right there. Then what? So he just left Malcolm out there? Shit, he I guess he couldn't save himself. He couldn't save himself because remember, another man had to come save him. The person that helped save Malcolm's daughter could not save himself because once he got in that water, the current took him under too. But he managed to get the daughter on the board and push that thing, that surfboard, to the land. And God had his hand in that, I guess, pushed her to the land. Because I'm thinking, well, why the hell the water didn't push her ass back? I don't know. But, another man came in and, that guy that helped the daughter, another man came and saved him. And then you had another man, which is a doctor, that was running in looking for Malcolm, found Malcolm, but by the time he found Malcolm, it was too late. Do y'all get that? So this is the police story, this is a doctor story, and this is a civilian story. And their story all adds up. Now, the FBI talked to the police, but the FBI did not take the police story. The FBI went to the wife. She wasn't there and just took her side of the story and just ran with the headlines that the daughter was never in the water. Malcolm did not die saving his daughter, and Malcolm went into the ocean with a friend. A friend we don't know about, a friend we can't find information about. So you understand why people feel like it's a lot of cover up. They feel like the wife is involved. It's a lot of bullshit about this, okay? And I'm doing my best trying to break it down to y'all. And I got questions myself. I'm asking myself questions. Okay? Okay? Now look, I understand currents are powerful. I understand things happen real fast. But if he had enough sense to save that little girl, and he had the strength to get her onto the board and push her into safety, some people may say, why didn't he circle back for Malcolm? And the reason why, because he ended up drowning his damn self. He needed somebody to save him, which another man did come save him. When he got in that water, he couldn't even save himself, let alone trying to save Malcolm, but he managed to get the daughter on the board and push the board to the sea. Push the board to the land. While he pushing that board to the land, I guess the 8-year-old, she's doing a little paddle, trying to get going where she going. And the current took that man, took him under, and somebody else, his companion, had to come and save him. And a doctor was trying to come and save Malcolm, but it was too late. All right. Y'all got that? So I want to go down here. Also, do y'all want to go about the booking? Do y'all want to talk about the booking? Who booked the flights? Would y'all like to talk about that booking? I'm looking here. Give me 1 minute. Okay, well, look, let's talk about this real quick. So, where's that at? Let's go right here. While waiting for the Red Cross to arrive, the doctor and the 2 tourists, they also identified themselves as physicians, began providing first aid to Malcolm, who had no vital signs. After a few minutes, the Red Cross arrived and used specialized equipment, including, but it was no response. You see? So you mean to tell me that by the time they got Malcolm, to shore, he had no vital signs, none. He didn't have no pulse, no breathing, no beat, no flicker of life. And y'all telling me he was out there that long before help even reached him? Nah, that man died alone. He died in silence and struggle in the water. If that don't gut you, you don't got no damn heart. Now let's talk about it, because this the piece of the puzzle makes it even clear. They let him go. Let me paint this picture. Malcolm is out here fighting. He's already exhausted from trying to save his daughter. He swallowed water. He's fading. And then they finally get him back on land. They doing CPR. Three doctors, not one, not two, but three people, trained professionals, trying to bring him back, and still nothing. You mean to tell me none of them could even flicker of life before the Red Cross arrived? That says time. Too much time passed. Too much delay. Too many people watching from the beach and not enough people in the water. And when the Red Cross finally showed up with the equipment, with all that stuff, Malcolm was already gone. So now I'm asking, where was the friend they said he swam out with? Why didn't he start CPR? I'm assuming where is the friend? Where? I don't know where that friend is. Why weren't people rushing into the ocean the moment they saw him vanish? Why was a doctor on vacation doing all the damn work? Because I tell you what this looks like. That man died trying to save his child while people stood around and made him a headline. And even when he got back on dry land, even when trained doctors was pressing on his chest, it was too late. Let me say this with my whole chest. Malcolm-Jamal Warner died a hero. He died a hero, but he didn't die peacefully. He didn't die gently. He died fighting. And he died without the backup he deserved. And now the world wants to rush past that, wrap this up with a bow. Honey, not on my watch. Something is up. Now let's go with Mike. Mike, he's a lifeguard. He got something to say. Mike, a lifeguard instructor, vice president, okay, tells us that on the Sunday, every Sunday, they had decided to move their lifeguard group to another beach that had several incidents in recent weeks. It's been difficult for our group to accept, says Mike, adding, we should have been there. So they are already telling y'all that the lifeguard people, they were not even there at that beach. He said that they moved to a different location, and he said they regret because they should have been there. Ain't that something? That this would have happened during a time where the lifeguards was not even there, and the lifeguard man is now coming out and say he regret that they was not there because they moved to a different location. Ain't that weird? What do y'all think? Now they want to show up with regrets and reflection. Huh? Huh? What do y'all think? Huh? What do y'all think about that right there? What Mike just said. Mike said he regrets. Okay? Mike, the lifeguard instructor, vice president. Now you got a quote. Now you got emotion. But where was the lifeguards when Malcolm-Jamal Warner was fighting for his life? Nowhere. And y'all keep on talking about the lifeguard. The lifeguard was never there. And they just told you in this article right here, they regret not being there. So people running with the narrative, the lifeguards were never there. So let's talk about it. So Playa Grande normally gets patrolled every Sunday. But y'all decided to move the whole squad to a different beach because of a few recent incidents. Okay, let's get this straight. You abandoned one beach, no warning to the public, no posted signs saying no patrol today, no backup crew sent to monitor that beach. And then what happened? A man died, a black man, a father, a cultural icon died. Does that sound like a setup to y'all? Does that sound like the setup the day they killed or took out Malcolm was the day that none of the lifeguards were there? That they moved the lifeguards to a whole different beach? So whoever did this, if somebody did this, they knew this was a good hit, right? No lifeguards are here. Few people are here. They can just make this a clean hit like it was an accident and nothing else happened. Do y'all see what's going on here? Whew. And y'all see the article. This is what they said in this article. I'm not making shit up. Y'all come in after the tragedy with y'all little ass statement. It's been difficult for our group to accept. Do you believe that it's been difficult for them to accept? Difficult for who? Sir, his daughter almost watched her father die in front of her. You think y'all feel bad? She got to grow up without her own dad. We should have, honey, he gonna say, we should have been there. Yeah, you should have been there, but you were not. The lifeguard people were not there. This is the lifeguard people speaking out now. And guess what? He's gone. That sentence don't bring him back, lifeguards. That apology don't clean this shit up. And it damn sure don't explain why a beach that's known for strong rip currents had no lifeguards, no lookout, no safety net when it mattered, and no backup. Do y'all get that? Do y'all get that it was no lifeguards here when Malcolm died? Do y'all get that? All the lifeguards was gone, no backup. Do y'all get that? And now the lifeguard people is coming out talking about they apologize. They regret that they was not there. Do y'all get that? Press 10 if y'all get that, because I don't think y'all get it. Y'all don't act like y'all get that. Y'all don't act like y'all, wow. Now that's something. That's something right there. All the time this happened, it would happen when no lifeguards are present, when they didn't put no signs up letting people know no patrol today. Don't you think they should know that? Come on now. Whew. I tell you, they talking about we should have been there. It ain't gonna cut it, because Gigi want to know who made that decision. I want names. Who told y'all to do that? I want policies. I want to know who evacuated the risk and said, let's skip this one. Let's skip this beach. Let's skip this one. Because that's one choice costs a man his life. And now the lifeguards, y'all want to cry to US Weekly? Sir, please go cry somewhere else, because I'm really not here for it. I'm really not. I'm really not. Okay? I'm not here for it. Are y'all here for this stuff? Are y'all here? Now let's talk about this right here. Warner's Not All Hood podcast co-host Kelly. So you know his podcast is called Not All Hood. That his co-host is Kelly. Now, Kelly tells US Weekly, it's right here so y'all can read it with me. You see it on the screen? Do y'all see it? Y'all see it on the screen? Okay. Okay. She tells US Weekly she last spoke to him on July the 13th when he sent her a work email during his flight to Costa Rica, where he was meeting his wife and daughter for an extended vacation. Did y'all see that part? Do y'all press 2 if you see this part? Where he was meeting his wife and daughter. He didn't go with them. He was meeting them there. Do y'all find that awkward? He was meeting them there. He was meeting them there, y'all. They didn't go together. He was meeting them there. The journalist said that the Costa Rica was a place they loved. Wow. So Malcolm and his wife been to this place a lot of times. They've been to this place multiple times, y'all. So the wife knew this place inside and out. They love Costa Rica. This wasn't their first time. They always visit Costa Rica. Honey, and they have been to the Central America country before plenty of times. What do y'all think about that? What do y'all think about they've been coming to post Costa Rica, that this is their favorite spot? What do y'all think about it? What do y'all think about that? Huh. Whew. Here we go again. Here we go again with the suspicion details, y'all. Just casually being dropped in quotes like they don't blow the whole timeline wide open. So now we got Kelly, Malcolm's podcast co-host from Not All Hood, telling Us Weekly she last spoke to him on July 13th when he sent her a work email during his flight to Costa Rica. Wait, hold up, y'all. Hold up. His flight to Costa Rica, where he's going to meet his wife and daughter. So now we know he didn't even travel there with his wife. He didn't travel there with his wife. He flew in alone to meet them for an extended vacation. Uh-huh. And y'all want me to believe this whole thing was just casual, was normal, no tension, no setup, no distance? Let me ask y'all something. If you love your family and y'all going on a peaceful vacation together, why weren't you all flying together? Why is the wife already there? Why is the daughter already there? If this was a place they've been before and loved, why did this trip go left? Because baby Gigi ain't stupid. This ain't giving relaxed family getaway. It's not giving. This is giving, go ahead, I'll meet you there. It's giving space, distance, something is brewing. And let's keep it all the way real. If he was sending out work emails during the flight, that tells me this man was in his right mind. This wasn't no scattered, stressed, impulsive, drowning victim energy. He was a man with a plan. This was a man booked, organized, and focused, and now he's dead. And the wife still haven't spoken publicly. Not a quote, not a candle, not even a damn repost. But now we learning he flew there by himself to meet up with them, the wife and his daughter. Baby, y'all better connect the damn dots, because this sounds like a man who entered the damn lion's den and didn't make it out. Damn. Where's my soundtrack when I need to say that again with some soundtrack right there? Okay? I'm going to say that again for the ones that didn't hear it in the back. Y'all better start connecting the dots. This sounds like a man who entered the lion's den and didn't make it out alive. Come on now. Come on now. Press 1 if that's what it sounds like it is. My goodness. Whew. And they tried to play in our face by making it sound like he was just vacationing with family. He was just on a vacation with family. Nah, baby. He was entering something. And from the moment he landed, something felt off. And I'm not letting this slide under no goddamn sad news headlines. We got timelines now. We got contradictions now. And now we got fire. Something is off with this, y'all. And I'm still not over. I'm still not over that. I'm still not over that he went there by himself while his wife and his daughter was already there. They've been there for days. Was she planning everything already? Was she setting the shit up? Was she setting everything up and just told Malcolm, hey, baby, we love it here so much. We don't want to go. You know what would be great, Malcolm? If you can just come. Yeah, we miss you. I want to see you. It'll make it all better if you was just here with us. Can you book a flight real quick, babe? Can you just come? I don't want to go back home. I just want you to be here. And that girl, she probably had everything set up right. Everything set up with this alleged friend and everything. I don't know. Let me stop speculating. Let me stop. Let me stick with the facts with the police and the FBI. Whew, I'm sorry I did that. Ooh, my mind just went there. But I caught that. Let me tell you something. That one line, that one little sentence. He was meeting his wife and daughter in Costa Rica. Mind you, that's her favorite place. She's always there. That done flipped the whole table over for me. That done tripped the whole table for me. Okay. If Malcolm was flying in to meet his wife and daughter, that means he wasn't traveling with them. He arrived alone. She was already there. So now we got to ask, was she there when it happened? I don't think she was there when it happened because the police would have said something. Police never mentioned her. And the FBI said that he talked to the family. I know he didn't talk to the mom. He talked to the wife and the daughter. That's the family. And the police said, well, the family, and when they say family, they're really talking about the damn wife. The wife wasn't there. That's what the police said. So how would she know? So there you go. But was she physically present on the beach? That's the questions people are asking. They want to know, did she witness the drowning? They want to know, why haven't we heard from her version of events? Because, baby, if the police said Malcolm and his daughter were in the water and the bystanders saved the little girl and the doctor pulled Malcolm's body from the sea and there were a few people on the beach, then where was the wife doing all this shit? Not calling for help, not mentioned by the police, not named by the Red Cross, not screaming, not crying, not even spotted. That don't make sense. I don't think the wife was there. Press 1 if you feel like the wife was not there. Why is she not in a police report? Why she's not mentioned by the FBI being there? She's not mentioned by the police being there. Nobody mentions her there. So I don't think she was there. If your husband and child are drowning, you're not just MIA in the background. You're in the water or on the shore raising hell. But all we keep hearing is he was meeting his wife and daughter, and then he drowned. That's too clean, too vague, it's just too much. And let me ask this. If he was meeting them for an extended vacation, how long had they been there without him? How long do y'all think they were there without Malcolm? Was this a planned reunion or a planned something else? Because the silence from the wife is louder than any wave. And don't forget, she hasn't said one word, not no post, not no quote. And everybody's asking and waiting on her, but she ain't say nothing. Ooh, y'all, I didn't know I was this long. Y'all, we going on 2 hours. Man, I did not know. Y'all know I'm supposed to do an hour show. That's what I was planning on doing. I got so much other stuff to talk about. However, we are getting short on time. I definitely wanted to open up the phone lines. Do y'all think I should open up the phone lines tomorrow? Would y'all like that? All right. Well, make sure you guys support this channel. I love you guys. And I will see you guys on tomorrow. I'm so sorry. And I didn't looked up. I said, damn, I didn't know I was talking this long. Man, I can talk. I need a goddamn talk show. I can talk, can't I? All right. I love y'all. I'm going to have to wrap this up. We are short on time. I love y'all so much. Let's get the likes up. Don't forget. All right.